All right, we are live. We already have Jazzy Jude here saying hi. Hello. So good to have you early. That's awesome.
Hey, good morning.
Yes, and yes, good morning for you and good afternoon for me. It's almost pushing evening. So good. Well, I'm glad that so this is a different day for us. It's going to be really interesting to see. I know we're used to doing this on Fridays or your case, Saturday morning. And this time
Yeah.
we're 24 hours later because of a
uh,
prior commitment you had. So, yes. So, but who knows if everybody's out on Saturday night here. So it's Saturday night here for me. So,
Yeah, a Sunday morning here, so we might get a few Aussies in here. It would be nice.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, we'll
that
see
would
how
be
this time
great.
slot goes. But yeah.
Awesome. Well, as we always do, in case anyone's new, we want to give a quick little bio. So go ahead. You can start.
Okay. Yeah, Lindy here, 53-year-old mum of two beautiful daughters. And yeah, started this journey, carnivore journey, almost 3 years ago. Can you believe it's almost 3 years? I
Wow.
was 800, 750, 800 pounds plus or minus. I have no idea because my scale simply said error. Yeah, pretty much housebound. Mobility was nil. I couldn't walk. I was almost to the point where I was bedbound. Found the carnivore diet through Dr. Berry's videos, and here I am, almost 3 years later. I'm down to about 270, sort of hovering, which is okay. We're going through winter, and I'm starting to increase my movement, and so I'm guessing there's a little bit of muscle. Muscle weighs more than fat, so I think I'm sort of just staying even, and I'm fine with that. I'm happy with that. I'm moving. I'm getting my life back, and yeah, really enjoying this journey. So that's my story.
Excellent. Excellent. And I'm Lynn and I am 56. I'm mom of three and grandmother of three. And I have been 16 months eating the carnivore diet. I started it while I went on disability, had to retire from nursing because of mast cell activation syndrome. But I was also morbidly obese, not like you, but my highest was about 350. And so this has, I'm now at about in the mid 230s as far as my weight goes. But the most important thing is my mast cell activation syndrome is now under control. I used to have to, it used to be call 911, get an ambulance to the house because I would have an acute reaction. I felt horrible at baseline, like I was coming down with the flu and head to toe symptoms, but I would have these acute reactions, throat swelling. They were kind of like anaphylactic reactions, throat swelling, tachycardia, severe hypertension. Call an ambulance, off to the emergency room for me. And it was always very scary. And so I'm very grateful that I haven't had, oh my gosh, it's been over a year since I've had, in fact, I don't even think I've had to call 911 since I started the carnivore diet. I don't think I have. So
Oh,
it's been life
fantastic.
changing. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
absolutely life changing. And so I'm, you know, it took months before I even could get out and do any exercise. So I'm really glad that Lindy and I are doing this together, and we are coming from being very sedentary to trying to safely exercise. So we have some people here. We have Mom P. Hello, good to see
Hi.
you. Eat of our candy. Hello.
Hey.
And yep, Jazzy Jude said, awesome, Lindy. Yay, Lynn. Awesome.
Yeah,
Good.
thank you.
So yeah, thank you. So we have been doing in 4-week increments, we have been doing challenges based on people's YouTube channels. So our latest challenge is based on a channel called Yes to Next, numeral 2, and with April and her 83-year-old mother. And they are her mom's so cute and she's funny. And her cat Mochi that interrupts all their
Yes,
videos. But
and Mochi the
April's
cat.
a real deal. Yeah, April's a real deal. She's very credentialed and she has uh, thousands and thousands, like what, pushing 300,000
Oh
subscribers?
goodness. I've actually got
I'll
a
have to look.
channel going here because I'm doing my was doing one just before I got on here actually. 349K subscribers. That's a
Okay, so
lot
I
of
was
subscribers.
I was under reporting how many subscribers she has. So,
Yeah.
yes. So she is the real deal, and we have been really enjoying her videos. Josephine, hello, and greetings from slower Delaware. Yes. We have been, I don't know if you hear much in Australia about the horrific hurricane that hit our southern and eastern, Florida, and especially North Carolina, but glad Delaware was out of reach. But man, I tell you, the people in North Carolina, it's been horrific. So,
Mm.
yeah. And Becca, one of our Healing Humanity team members, lives in North Carolina, but her town was not affected.
Oh dear.
But
Yeah. Well, I
yeah,
hope
so
everybody's safe. Yeah, it's not nice.
yes, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. So this past week, you want to talk a little bit about how you've been doing with your fitness?
Yeah. Well, I've now got the Apple Watch, which is actually on charge at the moment, so not wearing it now.
Okay.
It tells me every hour I get a little notification it's time to stand. So when I'm sitting here and I'm working away, I get that notification. I stand up and I do my 10 minutes here. I'm doing currently it's a 16-minute Tabata workout. So I do about 10 minutes of that, or sometimes I do the full 16 minutes. And I do that and then I sit down and I continue working. So that's my new thing to get my
Wow.
steps up as well. Yeah, because I'm always sitting, working, and I'm
Yeah.
always say to myself, after this email, I'm going to stop and get up and go for a walk. And then I never do. I always get distracted. But this watch has been, I'm absolutely loving it. And my husband's just bought himself one too. So he's going to
Oh,
try it out.
good.
Yeah, so it just gets us both getting up now and just doing a bit of movement, so we're not sitting
I'm
down
gonna
all the time.
I'm gonna
So
pull up her channel again so that we can see what that workout is that you're doing. Because
mhm,
that's the most recent one,
the
right?
most recent one, yeah,
Okay. All right. Let me jump on here. Okay.
and
So,
it's for 60 plus, but that's
okay.
okay.
Yes, that's
I'll be there
okay.
soon.
We're in our 50s. Okay.
But
So okay. So it's her latest video, which was just from 4 days ago. And
yes.
interesting. So maybe I'll start it for just a
Hey
minute.
there, April. Yes, the next year for
Yeah.
my mom, Aiko. Hi. And a very sleepy
You
mochi on
can
his
mute
throne.
us.
Today we're going to do a Tabata style workout. Now, only 3 exercises, but we're going to do each one 8 times, only for 20 seconds.
Good, there's only 3.
That's right. Okay, it'll be a lot of fun. You're going to get your heart rate up. You're going to increase your endurance and just burn a lot of calories and get your steps in.
Right.
All right. My mom is going to be doing this one seated. I'll be doing it standing. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you can pick up some light weights. And I will tell you in breaks after the first and second set, we'll be doing just a little strength training if you want to join us. Okay. All right. How's this sound, Mom?
Sounds good. It's going to be fun. Let's go.
All right. We'll take a pause.
Okay, so that's the beginning. So what exactly do you do in this Tabata workout? I was just really curious.
Yeah, no, just basically there's a few arm movements and it's just a matter of getting your steps in. So they're very, very easy to do. And I
Okay.
do stand up and then sometimes I just push my chair back if I can't be bothered and I'll do it sitting down as well. So I just sort of alternate whatever I feel like doing, but at least I'm moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So
I
I
love
don't know.
it.
Yeah, I've never heard of a Tabata workout before, so I'm not sure what
I
that.
have no idea what that is. I haven't actually looked it up, but yeah,
Okay.
I just saw the burn fat and torch calories, and I thought, yes, this one's for me. This will do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just curious.
Mm.
So I'm gonna look and see what Tabata. Oh, it's basically HIIT training. It's a type of high intensity interval training that involves alternating short periods of intense exercise and brief periods of rest. So it says usually 20 seconds of intense exercise, 10 seconds of rest. And the total time, one round of Tabata is 4 minutes long. So it's named after a Japanese speed skating coach, Tabata, who created the workout to improve cardiovascular strength and build muscle strength. So it's similar to HIIT, but Tabata workouts are more intense and have shorter, more defined workouts. Okay. So HIIT
Yeah.
routines are more flexible than Tabata. Okay, so it says to get the most out of Tabata workouts, it's important to challenge your muscles and cardiovascular system. Short bursts of discomfort are normal, and it's important to maintain correct form to reduce risk of injury. Okay, so that's the write-up from at least my quick little search on
Yeah. So she
Tabata
does do a
workout.
little bit of a warm up to start, and then you've got your cooling down at the end. So I guess that all makes sense. It could be, yeah, it is, I guess, a hit. It does,
Yeah,
if the heart
so
rate's
maybe the
going. Yeah.
yeah, maybe
The
the
heart rate
timing
does.
is maybe a little different and get your heart rate going. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's been hit. That's fantastic. We have Kelly here. Hey, Kelly, good to have you here from
Hi.
Virginia. Awesome. So cool, cool. So I have been no, so I had a very interesting week this week. It was a good one, I have to say. And I'm curious, like I do my weekly videos for my channel on Mondays. And so I have been having the hardest time because I've been dealing with bad sleep issues. And so this week has been my week of really trying to focus on getting my sleep and getting my circadian rhythm work, back on track. And especially after in my book club, we're doing the good energy. Let me get the book here. This good energy here with Casey Means and Callie Means.
Hmm.
We covered the chapter on sleep and really, really hit me that it was not helping my insulin resistance. Apparently, not getting the right sleep, good quality sleep can and make you more insulin resistant. So I have been getting up at dawn every day and right away, well, I got to feed Max, the dog, because he would drive me crazy otherwise. Got to give him some food. But right off getting dressed, feed him, get dressed first thing in the morning, get that bed made, and then I'm going out and taking a walk first thing in the morning without my glasses so that my eyes can get exposed to the light,
Yeah.
the photons. That's what the
Hmm.
book said, no glasses in between. You got to get your eyes exposed to the light. So I've been doing that every day since I think Tuesday was the first day that I started. I went to bed, because what was happening was I was, even with trying to get some exercise, I was going, like, I'd go to bed at a decent time and then I just lay there for hours, sometimes like 2:30 in the morning, sometimes later. Yeah. So I'm very happy that I feel like I've gotten my sleep cycle. It's so much better. I'm getting to bed at a normal hour, getting to sleep, not laying there for hours. But those early morning walks, I think, are helping. And I'm also doing her videos, but I'm just starting the day with the walk. And
Hmm.
around my block is probably about a quarter of a mile, I think so. Or maybe a little more than that, maybe a third of a mile. But it's also been getting me my steps. Like, I'm trying to get to 8,000. I'm not getting to 8,000, but I'm getting to at least 5,000
Hmm.
with doing. And so my naturopathic doctor wanted me to get up to 8,000 a day. And I don't know what it's going to take, but I even did 2 laps around my block yesterday and I still didn't get to 8,000. How do people get 10,000? Like,
Oh,
unbelievable.
I've
All
been
right. So,
talking to Coach Emily, and she was doing 20,000 the other day. She showed me her Fitbit. I'm like, what? 20,000 steps? How? What are you
how?
doing? She's going hiking with her daughter. I'm like, okay, well, that might explain it, but 20,000
Okay.
steps, I mean, that would kill me right
Well,
now.
right. I mean, that one day that I was down in Tacoma for the meetup with Rose and we did my daughter and I went to the zoo and then we went on a walk later. I still was under 15,000. So
Mm,
that, yeah, that's pretty amazing. Yeah. Interesting about
yeah.
sleep and insulin resistance. Yeah. I guess it makes sense because your cortisol levels go up when your sleep isn't good. The one thing that was really interesting that I learned was that you can experience what they call social jet lag. And I had never heard of that before. I mean, I know about jet lag, we know that about
Yeah.
when we travel from different
Yeah.
time zones, but apparently social jet lag is where if you take the midpoint of your sleep, you should not, from night to night, your midpoint should not vary more than an hour or two, preferably less. But you can experience literal like symptoms of jet lag in your body if the midpoint of your night varies too much. And that was really like, that was news to me. Oh, thank you, barking squirrel. Yeah, the walking has been helpful. Definitely my friend. Let's see, my friend shacks her hand to bring up the steps.
Oh, shakes.
Shakes, shakes. Yes. Go like this. Let's see if that, okay, hang on. I'm going to see where I'm at right now with my steps. See if that works. Okay. See, right now I'm at 3,586 steps. Okay. So let me see.
You're giving us ideas. We don't need to know these.
Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work.
Oh, good job. Oh, good.
No, it didn't work.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. That's all right. I prefer to keep it like actual steps, but
Yeah, we don't need any cheats, do we?
no, we definitely don't need any cheats. So I but 8,000, oh my goodness, 8,000 steps. I'm not there yet, you know. So even yesterday when I went twice around the block, um the second time was a little bit of a struggle. So
Mm.
we'll see. And yeah, but you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. So I have been let me see. So I've been doing, I'm going to go back and go through some of her other workouts. I know I wanted to do 7. I did not do 7 this week, but I did, I think 3 or 4 of them. I've
Are
done
you
this
still
one.
using your rebounder?
Yeah, yes, I'm using it. Haven't been using it as much since my husband put our dog's bed on it. And of course I can
Okay.
pull the bed off, right? But then the Max
Yeah.
is laying on there sleeping. He's
Oh.
Okay, so here's what we have: the rebounder. I showed you the rebounder. It's just right over there. And we have this which was my daughter's room before she got married. And then my husband decided he wanted to put a desk in here too, because he has an office in our house, but he wants to be near me. And so he has a desk here. And so the dog is always with him, wanting to be near him sleeping. And so he put Max's bed on top of the rebounder. And so I come in and the Max, our little 16-year-old Chorky is, you know, in REM sleep, and I can't, I don't have the heart to wake him up.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Because I'm
So,
wondering if you can get more steps if you did the rebounding, because let's say like 5 minutes of walking is equivalent of 20 minutes walking. Yeah, 5
5
minutes
minutes.
rebounding is the equivalent of 20 minutes of walking. So
Yeah,
you
I
could
could
count your steps
probably,
that way.
it wouldn't show on my watch properly, because I know when I've rebounded before, it maybe picks up every second or every third step, but I would at least could know that I'm doing it.
Yeah.
My watch is a golly gee. All right, I think I put a link in for it before. It's one that I just picked up through Amazon. I'm going to go find it and put a link. It's not an Apple Watch. And I think the price has gone up. When I bought it, I paid about $25 for it. Like I didn't want to buy an expensive watch until I knew whether or not it would be beneficial. Okay, I found it. So I'm going to go ahead and put a link. I see right now it's $69. Let me see. It doesn't have any sort of, and I bought the pink one because I like to be girly, I guess. Okay. All right. So Jazzy Jude, how do I join the fitness challenge? So I think that's what you're asking, right? And how do you join the fitness challenge? Just go to the our descriptions. We have the channel there, the Yes to Next channel, and we're like easy peasy. Oh no, she said no. Okay. Okay, clarify. How do I join? Oh, this channel. Well, it depends on which channel you're on. Are you on Lindy's or channel, or are you on mine? There's a hazing process. What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
No.
Oh, there's a hazing process. Oh, like we're going to haze you? No, we're not going to haze you. Oh, Lindy's. Okay. Questions for you, Lindy.
What do you want to do? Did you want to jump on the stream here and talk to us? Is
Oh,
that
you
what
want to
you
jump
wanted
on the
to?
stream?
Because
All right. I'm going to send.
we'd love to have you.
Yes,
Anybody?
we do.
Yeah.
Okay. I just woke up from a nap, so I'm kind of brain dead. Okay. There we go. I hope that's what you mean, because we would love to have you join.
Yeah, come up and talk to us and tell us what you
And she
mean.
said
And
no,
tell us.
she doesn't want to join that way. Okay. Do you have a membership on your channel?
I do have a membership channel. When you get to 1,000 subscribers or whatever, it says you've got now membership channel. You can have memberships, but I haven't really done anything in there. So, but I do plan to do something.
Yeah, I
I just
haven't either.
haven't yet. So I feel terrible because I think I've got 17 members and I haven't done. I've maybe got about 5 videos in there, and I keep meaning to do things, but I'm actually in the process of working through some ideas at the moment. So
Yeah.
like
I
full
haven't even
17 members.
I haven't even initiated a membership. I can have a membership on my channel, but I haven't even initiated it because I'm just too busy, and I've kind of been neglecting my channel more since we've been working on Healing Humanity, with the membership site for Healing Humanity. And so, okay. All right. I think we got it, but we'd still love to have anybody join us on the stream for sure. So, there's the link. If you want to join us and talk, share with us what you're doing with your fitness, that would be awesome. Don't be shy. Lindy, you're traditionally pretty shy, right?
I am. I was always the shy kid in class. I'd, be sitting up the back, hiding, never put my hand up. I'm the person that blends in with the wall. I don't want to be seen at all. So for me to have a YouTube channel and be, talking to, all sorts of strange people and flying to Texas and meeting all these carnivores is totally out of my comfort zone. But definitely got a lot more carnivore confidence, I call it. The carnivore calm as well. I've always been patient, but it definitely have come out of my shell, and a lot of people have noticed that. So
yeah. Well, Jazzy Jude says she asked because Josephine has a star. Let's see, had a star.
Oh, okay. I believe I did a live stream the other day, and somebody bought, I think, 5 or 10 memberships on my channel, and they were given to random people. So maybe you got one of those. So somebody's actually bought you a membership to my site. Yeah, and I think it goes for 30 days. Yeah, you can actually gift memberships and everything, which I haven't really done because I haven't really got much content on there. But you may have been gifted a 30-day membership by another one of my subscribers. So
okay. All right. That makes sense. Got it. Yeah. Well, I remember when you came to Texas and we all met and the whole team met, and I remember you sharing about how blown away you were, about how comfortable you felt with it, just being around all these people that we'd met. Some of them you hadn't met, but some of them you had met online.
I hadn't met anyone. All I had was my daughter. She came with me to hold my hand because I was so frightened to be traveling on a plane by myself into a strange country with a whole bunch of carnival people. I hadn't met anyone. So
except you had met Todd online and Bella and
online, but not in person.
Online.
And
not in person.
I hadn't met anybody in person. So like, who are these online people? Are they going to be the same people that I talk to online, or is it going to be different? You never know with online things, do you? So people it's not always what you see is what you get, but it was with all the carnivores. I think even you're all such amazing people. I just fell in love with everybody. I walked into the ranch, the house that we stayed at in Texas. I felt like I was at home. Everybody
Yeah,
just came up, they gave me a hug. "Hi, Lindy, we love you," blah, 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 and I just felt so at home, and then there were carnivals there that um, Ashley, Carnival Brothers. I hadn't really seen or heard much of him. He made me a ribeye, a steak when I
yeah,
walked in, he sat down, and I felt so bad because I can't eat a lot because of my lap band. He made me this huge ribeye, and I took about 3 bites, and I'm like, "I think I've had enough." I think he thought I didn't like it, and I think I offended him. I'm like, "No, I absolutely love it, but I'll have to eat a bit more later or, yeah, tomorrow because that's all I can eat because of my
but
lap
we
band."
ended up having ribeye wrapped with a sticker with your name on, or your name on it in the fridge. Every time I
I
went into the fridge,
know.
there was something that said Lindy on it.
'Cause I just can't eat, and I felt so bad he'd gone to all the trouble to make us these steaks, and I ate, like, 3 bites.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was truly wonderful. So that's why I encourage people, don't feel too shy about if you want to come on and chat with us, because Lindy is naturally shy. I'm not naturally shy. I'm usually, and I'm actually, like, I took the personality test and I'm a little bit on the introverted side, but that doesn't mean that I'm shy. I think there's a difference between introverted and
yeah,
shy.
and
Introverted just,
if I sit here
you
and
need
think
to,
about all of these people on here now, like, I'm here talking to my friend Lynn, so to me, I feel very comfortable, but to know that there's all these people watching it, I get a little bit anxious about that, so I just have to kinda turn off, and as a comment comes up every now and then, I think, "Okay, well, this is my other friend, Jazzy Jude, we're mates."
yeah,
And I feel, like, comfortable with that, so I just little doses and just think about it, the small picture, rather than think, "Oh, there's millions of eyes watching me." 'Cause it is
yeah,
frightening.
exactly,
Yeah, it is.
exactly. Yeah. Well, I mean, people can be, judgmental, and can be trolls, but I think the carnivore community is so genuine and people are so nice. You
They
know,
are.
Jazzy Juice says, I need a trip to Australia. You and me both.
Oh, well, let me know. Yeah, welcome
Uh,
here anytime. I'll pop some meat on the smoker now that I can smoke meat. I can have you all over to my house now. I can cook for you all.
yes, yes, a trip. Now, if only airfare would, not be so expensive, that would be crazy. But
Uh,
you come here, so having us come there would probably not be a bad idea. I would love to go to Australia, and
oh, Montana might be on the cards next year, July 4th. In Montana, I think
yes,
there's gonna be a big thing there, so that's what we're saving up for, and perhaps
yeah.
at your health as well in Florida. Fingers
I
crossed all
told
goes well.
I told my husband we have to go to the Montana, in
Yes.
July for the 4th of July. Yeah.
Well,
So
it's my
that's gonna
birthday
be,
too. My
oh,
birthday is the
that's
1st of
right.
July, so yeah, I want fireworks on the 1st as well, just because I can.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Yeah, carnivore Amy, awesome. Go
Oh, hi,
Lindy.
coach. How are you?
Yeah, yeah, and the fact that you were able to fly, in an economy, a coach seat, right?
Yeah, just
Get to
economy.
fly.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's incredible. That's
Yeah.
incredible. So
And I didn't need an
so
extender. That was my big fear, was having to ask for an extender. I was just would have been so embarrassed if I had to ask for an extender, but I didn't need one. And I
yeah,
shouldn't have felt embarrassed. There are other people there with extenders as well, but just the whole being able to fit in a seat. I mean, that was just a traumatic thing
right.
for me for a long time. So, yeah, and just to be able to
Oh,
walk
yeah.
down the aisle to get to my seat, I was freaking out about that, but I was able to
I
walk
was
straight
too.
ahead and not have to go side on or anything. Wow.
Yeah, I was nervous about that too, and, because I know you couldn't fly at all, but,
No.
you know, I but when I flew, I had to fly first class, which is, can't complain, but I don't like to have to do it. I was really nervous too. The first time I flew after losing weight about, am I going to have to walk down the aisle and like be bumping people? And yeah, so that was nice to not be running into everybody. It's just so
Yeah.
surreal. And by the time you come for in July, you'll have had your skin surgery.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So
And the
it's
other
going to
thing
be
is, it's a good job I can hold my bladder because I didn't want to try going to the toilets there because I didn't know whether I'd be able to fit in the toilet. So luckily I can hold my bladder. I got to the
you held
airport.
your bladder the
Yeah,
whole
the
way
whole
from
time.
Australia to the US.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't going to try going to the toilet because I heard they're very, very small. And so I had that
They
mental thing.
are
So I didn't
they are very
drink at
small.
all. Yeah, I didn't drink, nothing. I didn't eat on the plane either. I fasted and
Oh,
just
wow.
went through, yeah, the whole flight without food or
You'll
water.
be fine. You'll be fine for the trip over because yes, the airplane bathrooms are really dinky and small, but I fit in them fine. Okay. So I'm sure you'll be fine.
I wasn't
So
going to
one
push my luck. I was just happy with the chair. I was going to leave it there.
there's no way. See, my bladder, there's no way I could go like that without needing to go to the bathroom. Like I would have had to wear an adult diaper and just gone that way. There's no way.
Yeah.
All right. B-Dog. Hey y'all. Vacay one more week. Doing good. Awesome.
Yay.
Awesome. Awesome.
Congrats.
So yeah. So okay. So I've done several of her workouts this week. I did her wall Pilates workout, um, which was it was fine. It was only 3 exercises. So I think that one was a little bit easy. It was only like 5 minutes.
Hmm.
And I did the isometric, which is good. I really am enjoying the isometric ones, where you just have to hold that contraction. I feel like it's really, helps to make my muscles feel strong.
Hmm.
And I did a stretching video, and
Right.
that
Yeah.
was nice. Yeah, because I am very inflexible. I don't know. Are you how's your flexibility?
Yeah, not good, not good. It's my
Yeah.
balance is probably more so the issue because if I try and move into weird shapes, I do topple over.
Yeah.
So,
Hey,
yeah.
Jamie. Too scared to move from my seat. Oh, on a plane, yes. So I don't eat or drink. I always get an aisle seat because I don't like crawling over people. And
Yeah.
I make my poor 6'2" husband sit in the middle. Dr. Barry fast on planes too. Yeah. Well, the I don't eat on the plane, but I'm only coming 4 hours to go to Texas where we were, in May. You were coming from Australia, so that's quite a fast.
Yeah, no,
That's
but I
impressive.
didn't mind because the smell of the food was really off-putting. I didn't like the smell. I could smell the oils or seed oils or whatever. And my
Oh,
daughter, she ate, and I sort of looked at it and I'm like, nah, it didn't look appealing at all to me. So I was quite happy to
right.
fast.
I hadn't
Mm.
even thought of the food issue when it comes to traveling overseas. Um, I guess that's definitely a factor for carnivores because, they don't let you bring food in
No.
past the, security. And then I suppose you could probably buy some lunch meat, something with lunch meat or something
Yeah, but
while
then
you
you
once
risk,
you're once you're
yeah. I'm just, yeah, I was much happier to fast. I just didn't want to eat anything and risk anything because
yeah,
then if I've got to be careful with what I eat. Sometimes things might react and, I end up having to go to the toilet. And just didn't want to risk anything not agreeing with
right.
my tummy and then having to rely on that. So it was just much
Yeah,
easier and less stress if I just fasted, didn't drink, and it was almost like a dry fast, I guess you could call it for that time,
yeah,
which is good. And I just thought of the autophagy that I'm getting by doing this. So that was a win for
right,
me as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how's it coming with your gym in your garage?
Well, as you can see, here's my handle for my rebounder. I bought one.
Yay!
So But yesterday we had a hailstorm, so we had to move all my gym equipment over to bring my car back in because I didn't want my car to be my other car. We had this huge hail, and it just got beaten, and insurance no longer covers hail damage here in Melbourne anymore. So,
Oh,
being my new car, I didn't want to get that damage, so we brought the car in. So my gym's all a mess at the moment. So I'm decided now this isn't going to work because if we're going to have hail and I have to keep moving things over to bring my car in because I don't want to get it damaged, it's not going to work. So
yeah,
now I'm thinking of putting the rebounder back in my bedroom, and I'm just going to have to do something. I'm going to have to punish my husband some way if he hangs his clothes over my handle or puts a dog bed on it or whatever. Not that we
oh
have a
yeah,
dog now, but yeah, he's not allowed to put the washing basket. I'm just going to have to lay down some rules and say, this is my corner. You keep your stuff on your side of the room and leave my
yeah.
gym area alone. I'll keep the treadmill in there still because I can open the door. I can still move my car in, but the rebounder just takes too
Okay,
much room and I can't back my car in with that. So that's
okay,
that's my plan today. So we're going to put this on the rebounder when my husband gets home from work this afternoon, move it all back into the
good.
bedroom, and then just get that set up. So yeah, I'll still do my walking in the garage. I've got the little, what do you call it, Google Home, so I can have my music going and open the door
Okay,
so I can see down the side of the house. There's all yuccas and I can see the sky.
okay.
If it rains, I'm dry, but I can still
Yes.
walk in the garage. But hopefully the weather will start to improve soon and then I can get out and actually maybe try going around the block. That's what I would like to do, is to be able to get outside and walk. But it's just too cold for me right now. I'm a wuss. I just cannot handle this cold
Yeah,
weather anymore. So I'm looking forward
yeah.
to summer. Mm.
Well, that reminds me, I also did she has a workout that I did this week where you're walking backwards.
That is so good, I
And
hear, especially if you have back pain. Walking backwards, it
mhm,
like resets your back. Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's really good. Mm.
but I was surprised I was able to do it fine because I was worried about my balance.
Mhm.
Um, but I was able to do it fine. How are you doing with your balance?
Yeah, my balance is pretty crap. Yeah,
It's
I topple over because my body's very lopsided. I've got a
Yes,
lot of weight
center of
in the
gravity.
front. I have a lot of weight in the back, and so just leaning forward or backwards, I can topple over easily. So I have to be careful. And then I don't have a lot of strength in my legs still, and so just even like taking a step, sometimes I can just sort of keep going. So I have to use a handrail. I just don't trust myself.
Can you, now that you have the handle on your rebounder, when you're doing it, can you like take some pauses and do some squats or something
Yeah,
to
there's
try
so
to
many.
get
There's a lot of routines on YouTube to help with that, but I'd needed this handlebar, which I've just only got now. So that's what I
right?
plan to do, is try strengthening my legs. Squats are really difficult for me with my knees and that. I have to be really careful. And doing anything on the rebounder was dangerous for me because I do lose my balance. So
Yes.
I was just doing a gentle healing bounce, and that was all I could manage, because if I closed my eyes or whatever, I would just face plant. But it's just dangerous.
Yeah.
But this
Yeah.
handle's going to give me a lot more
I was gonna say that's
options.
gonna help you. That's gonna absolutely help you. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah.
Um, oh, regarding the air flying, check with the website to see the update on what you can bring. Oh, able to bring snacks in Ziploc bags. That's cool. And got my rebounder and Amazon cart. Awesome. That's right. Next week is Prime Days again. That's right. We got Booby Goats. Hey, good to see you. Very
Hi.
good. Issue 2, I was too worried about balance walking backwards. Yeah, so I was able to do it, but I had a plan if I struggled, and that is we have an island in our kitchen. I was gonna go circuits around the island so that I could keep one hand on the counter and try it that way. But yeah, the balance, I was fortunate. I was able to do it, just kind of, she has you go like back and forth, like maybe 10 steps and then turn and then go 10 steps. But
Mhm.
she had her mother doing it. And so she had first of all, an assisted walk where they held hands and she walked forward while her mom walked backwards. And then she had like an umbrella that she used like a cane. And then the third time she did it with just a hand against the wall. So it, yeah, it wasn't bad. I was okay doing it. All right. So nice super sticker probably for you from Amy. Awesome.
Oh, thanks, Coach.
Buying you a colada, not a coffee.
Thank you. I've actually just
Oh,
found a recipe, given a recipe for a colada custard. And you do, instead of having just like the raw egg yolks, you do it with scrambled eggs. So then, and then you put a little bit of gelatin, I think, in it, and it comes out like a custard. So I'm going to try that later this afternoon. Because I love a good custard. So yeah, for a nice light dinner, instead of having a colada, I could probably have a
Amy's sweet. She
custard.
says for me too. Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, okay, let's see what we got here. She said, "Thanks for all you both do for the women of Cardboard." Well, thank you as
Thank
well.
you.
I love Amy.
You should
And
come
I
in
love
for a
challenges.
chat, Amy. Do you want to come in for
Yeah,
a
Amy, I
chat?
put the link up there. You should come in and chat with us for a few minutes. If you can scroll up and see the link, we'd love to have you join us. Let's see. I love challenges that don't start on the first. Oh yeah, ours don't start on the first. That's for sure. Squats are where it's at. Let's see. Doing chair yoga. Yeah, and one thing I like about this channel is that because she's dealing with her 83-year-old mother too, she shows it with her mom in a chair and then her standing. So you could do either or both, either one. I do not walk backwards. Maybe I'll try it. Yeah. I think yeah, it's supposed to be really good for your back.
Yeah, I've heard if you've got lower back pain, it kind of resets your back and it straightens your posture or something. I don't know, but there's scientific evidence that it's good for you to walk
Yeah,
backwards.
apparently it is. She says, "What?
Yes.
Culotta custard? Yum." Love it, love it, love it. Yes, I haven't heard. So how do you make culotta custard?
It's basically like the colada, but yeah, I'm going to do a video, but I've got the recipe in my phone, so I have to sit down and
Okay.
Annalisa from Meet and Married, she makes it, and she did a video for me on Marco Polo and showed me how to make it. And I just know instead of using raw egg yolks, you actually scramble the eggs, and then I think she put gelatin in it. So I can't tell you the quantities because I don't know it yet.
We
Hi,
got Amy.
Coach. Hi. How are you?
Hey.
I'm good. I've never done that before, and it was my first super chat. But I love you, Lindy.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Thank you.
Awesome. We're glad you can join us. For those who don't know you, you want to just give a little intro?
Sure. Well, and it's nice to see you again, Lynn. So I was fortunate to heal my kidneys with carnivore diet and fasting, and been in stick and butter gang with Lindy, and I am just very appreciative of her softness and her gentleness in approaching teaching people how to do the hard thing, which is eat just meat and fat. And Lindy is very supportive of me, and so I didn't expect to come in here, but I wanted to support you guys.
I love it. And you are so much better when it comes to fitness because you have quite a no, you're not? Okay. Where are you at? Where are you at with fitness?
I'm always, I would say, so I'm still learning. You know what happened, Lynn? It's not that I'm a badass. It's that I replaced my sugar addiction with the gym. So now I'm just playing out all my aggressions, stresses in another arena instead of a twister's back. So that's what happened to me. So that's I just really love to lift heavy, and lifting heavy grows your muscles quickly, but still I have a lot to learn. I'm trying to get my training certification now, and there's a lot of things I don't know, but I sure do enjoy getting my stresses out in the gym.
Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely very different from us because we are not gym rats at all.
I just sent you a link in WhatsApp to Amy's Instagram channel. I don't know if you want to put that up, but you can see her pumping iron in the gym. You're a rock star in the gym.
So
Well,
go ahead.
I am I only put the good videos, Lindy, so you don't see the bad ones.
So I haven't been lifting weights. Lindy, have you been doing any weights?
No, not at all. But I think it's probably a good idea because I don't have any strength in my arms. I can't open jars. Everything goes to my husband because I'm very weak. But it's probably a good idea that I do.
Now, do
Mm.
you, Amy, do you have any sort of like knowledge on like which things would be good to do? Like just like with Lindy's situation where she wants to strengthen her legs, but her knees cause her problems. Is there anything that you know of that would be safe and help her build that strength?
The best thing is to use the bands. So they usually sell two different types. One looks like a jump rope and it's stretchy, and then they'll have different strengths and different stretch capability. So more easily it stretches, the lighter it is. And then they also have bands that look like plastic, like thick cut plastic. They're usually colorful colors, and those bands you can use as well. So you can do things like you can sit on your bed or you can sit in your chair. You can put the band around the bottom of your foot, and then you just go in and out with the flexed foot to start strengthening your quadricep, things like that. So you can use bands for a lot of strengthening for the legs, especially if you are trying to move on to weights eventually. And for the arms, it's even better. Like just even like your tricep is your biggest muscle in your arms. So if you take one of the bands and you hold it up here, and then you just pull it down, you don't need any weights to strengthen your tricep that way. So, and when you buy those sets of bands from like Amazon, they're cheap. They always have moves in them that are low impact. They'll send you either a card, something to show you all these different exercises. You can take them traveling. They're very easy on your joints. And I just think that is a great way to start strengthening gently by using bands. I use the bands.
Yeah, that's a
too.
great suggestion. And I know that once you get the muscles stronger around the knee, it'll provide better support for your knee. And maybe your knee might feel better.
The other thing is, anytime you do a movement, like if you sit on the edge of your bed and you just let your calf hinge up and down, but you point your toes pigeon-toed. Do you know what that means, pigeon-toed? Like, so you just point them in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That strengthens that muscle right there in the interior. And it will allow your knee to not take as much stress if you strengthen that muscle that is on the inside of your knee. And that's the way to do it, by manipulating your foot placement so that your toes are pointing inward instead of outward. And you can do it. You don't need any weight. You just do it. Just sit on your chair. You just lift it up until your muscle starts to ache. And just that, with the weight of your leg, will help strengthen that so your knee won't take so much stress.
When I think of exercise, I always think it has to be extreme, otherwise it's not going to be any benefit to you. And I think that's where I hear of all these little things like doing little wall things or, little movements. I'm like, oh, that's not going to do anything. So I guess I've got to get rid of that.
Do you get sore? But, you don't have to get sore or, be like in a Rocky movie to make it work.
Well,
Um,
that's what I'm picturing. I need to be in a Rocky movie in order to get benefits from exercise. That's my mentality. If I'm not doing it hard like that, then obviously it's not going to work. Just, they say, just sit on the couch and then stand up, sit down. What's that
yes.
going to do?
So,
But
well,
it
it's
will, but I
it
can't get
will.
that.
So get that out of your mind, Lindy, because
Yes.
when I was almost 200 pounds and then I started doing carnivore, it was the third month that I started going to the gym, and I was so unstable. You guys were talking earlier about not being able to walk backwards. I
Yeah.
was so not comfortable on my feet that I could only walk 2 miles per hour on the treadmill for months. That's it. And I was going to an Orange Theory class, and so I was the slowest person all the time, and sweat profusely. And then also I couldn't step up on a bench. I couldn't do a lunge, and this lasted months. I'll tell you, I lost almost all my weight those months. Almost all my weight. It wasn't until the inflammation left my body and I had done those incremental, like very mild movements for a long time that I started to get stronger. And then I was able to move into other stuff. So, it's better not to do the crazy stuff first because then you don't want to get injured.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Don't
big
get
thing for us is because of so long of being so sedentary, the risk for injury is higher. So we've
Yeah,
been trying to do things that are more gentle for us, but
I
still
think that's
effective.
right, Lynn. I think that works because it's a process. Like, you have to allow the muscle to develop a little bit without hurting it's really your joints and tendons you're watching out for. That's where the stress hits. The muscle can usually take it, but all of the supporting muscles, the smaller muscles, and then all the joints and tendons, those are what we hurt. And we
Yeah.
usually hurt them when we pick the weight up to do the movement or put it away. And
Mm.
so it's a big deal to do these things that you're doing. It will build upon itself eventually, and then you'll get bored with it and be able to move on. So, Lindy, you got to put your pride aside and just and
I've been
just
told.
just do the movement. Eventually, it will pay off for you if you want to do something else.
It sounds like
Yeah.
it's a matter of just trusting the process because, you get the knowledge, right? So like you've got this idea that you have to work out like Rocky. But once you know that you don't have to, it's a matter of then trusting that and implementing it and just see where it takes you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love how you said it, you've got to look out for your joints and tendons because mine are non-existent at the moment. They're not, they haven't been worked for a long time. Like they're only just starting. So if I damage those, like
Yeah.
my son-in-law actually was moving a barbecue at work and his muscle is now somewhere up here. It's actually detached and he's having surgery next week.
Oh,
And he's
Ooh.
in so much pain. It's like he's got this great big bump. It's his muscle. And I'm like, it's not probably because he hasn't been working out or anything. And just by moving a barbecue, maybe his arm in the wrong place, he's now damaged his arm, and he's going to lose 40% of his the strength in that arm. And because it's been like 5 weeks now that he's been struggling with this and trying to book a surgery date. Yeah, so it is important to strengthen those joints and tendons. As you said, the muscle will cope. That's the
yeah.
other bits, the
It's
important parts.
it is. And
Yeah.
what I found is I use creatine. Um, I use creatine when I work out. I use creatine every day. In fact, I even put one of my clients that has MS on creatine because, like, this is a great example. She was veering, where she couldn't drive her chair anymore because her core had gotten so weak that she just tipped, and it made it difficult for her to be able to independently drive her chair. Well, we put her on creatine, and she strengthened her core enough that she can actually use both of her hands now on her chair, and doesn't have to have her aide put her hand on the controls, things like that, just from the creatine.
Wow.
And because it really is helpful. It's a very safe supplement. It's the most studied supplement ever. Dr. Baker says, all supplements are expensive urine, but I have had great luck with creatine. And then it helps the healing with the joints and the tendons. It helps the healing with the muscles. And it pushes water into the muscle cell. That's all it does, by the way. That's all it does. It just pushes water into the muscle cell, which creates ATP energy, and that way it's easier to do the movement. You heal more quickly. When my daughter had a concussion, I put her on creatine because creatine's also been shown to help people with concussions and with clarity and just healing your brain. I highly recommend it. I know that that's not popular in carnivore, but it's very helpful.
Wow. Wow. I would imagine just even like hydrating the cells is going to help you with any workout and just even in general feeling better. I mean, so many of us are chronically dehydrated.
Yeah.
I-
Yeah, which according to some people, that creates a chronic dehydration. Can create a glucose effect in your blood. And so being hydrated is very important. Because that's what happens to our fat cells too. Eventually our fat cells let go of the water after the fat has left the cell, and that's when we get that little whoosh. And we wake up and we're suddenly 4 or 5 pounds lighter because it was waiting for fat to come back in, but then it never did. And the fat cell literally flattens overnight and lets go of all that water. And so you want intracellular water.
Yeah.
And so that you always are hydrated. But yeah, you might get thirsty when you have a whoosh because your body's moving the water around strategically, and then it just gives up. And but yeah, you want to stay hydrated, and that doesn't necessarily mean electrolytes. Just might mean no salt. I'm not a huge fan of. Do you guys use electrolytes?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I do, but it's more it's because I have orthostatic intolerance. And so the cardiologist that diagnosed me told me I need to have higher sodium, and which I struggle with just salting my meat enough. So I take it for that reason.
Yeah, it's such a confusing thing about salt because, like Amber O'Hearn, she's part of that original Facebook group, zeroing in on health. They weren't always friendly people, but they were very principled, and they don't salt anything. And I asked her, I said, what do people do to finally get rid of their cramping, which is from dehydration? And she said the only people she's ever known who could get rid of the cramping stopped using any salt, any electrolytes whatsoever. I'm not at that point. Like,
Okay.
I still use salt and spices, but like Bella, a lot of people don't use any salt. They lose their
Right.
taste for it. But I think that's true. I think once you let your body just take care of balancing your electrolytes, then it'll do the right thing by you. It's hard to not have any salt for me right now.
Yeah, me too. Too. And I know that some people do feel better when they back off on the salt. And for me, it's kind of a balancing act because I know that I need to eat the meat and of course the fat. Most of my calories comes from fat, probably at least 75% of my calories comes from fat, but I struggle to eat the meat without salting it. And so,
Me too.
yeah, I figured,
Yeah,
well,
see,
I gotta eat.
yeah, I'm not having salt on my meat anymore. I just don't have
Oh,
a
so it
taste for it.
happened to you. You lost your
Yeah,
taste.
yeah, but I still like salt in my eggs. And my colada, I always put a pinch of salt in there because I find I need the taste in that. But for my meat, no, I just have meat and I love tallow. And I pop tallow in and I prefer it without salt now. But I used
Yeah.
to put salt on everything, like lots of it. And then I even went to the smoked salts just to get that little bit of a flavor of something a little bit different. And I went through a period of just salting, heaps of it. I've got
Wow.
heaps of salt in my cupboard, and I actually have to throw some of it out because it's gone past the use by date. So it's just been
I think
sitting in the
that's when
cupboard
you
for
know
so
you're a
long.
real carnivore is when you finally lose your taste for salt. I'm not there, but I gotta tell you, I just started eating more tallow, and I found that I like to make a pudding with it, and it sounds so gross, but I put a couple just regular spoonfuls into a bowl, and I put vanilla powder, just ground up vanilla beans,
Okay.
has no booze in it or anything like in the extract does, and then I put some cinnamon and I eat it like pudding,
Oh
and it's
wow,
good.
okay.
I also like to put some prime protein powder in it when I'm not using the other, but the prime protein I use is flavored, so some people might not like that. But it tastes just as good with the vanilla and the cinnamon powder if you don't use the
So,
sweetener in the prime
so I
protein.
haven't been able to find a vanilla powder that is real clean. Do you have a recommendation?
Yeah, I've used two different kinds. Oh, I don't know the system how to tell you, but let me see. The brands that I've used, one is called Gourmet Madagascar vanilla powder.
What's the first word of that?
Gourmet.
Gourmet,
Oh, gourmet,
yeah,
gourmet Madagascar.
and
Okay.
it's made by Vanilla Vanilla Bean Kings. Is the brand
Okay.
Vanilla Bean Kings. And I got it on Amazon, and
Okay.
it only has let me see what the ingredients. It says it's only made from Madagascar vanilla beans ground to a powder form. So that's it. That's the only
So
ingredient.
no like anti-caking agent or anything.
Right.
Nice. Nice.
And it really, you don't want to put it in your coffee though. If you drink coffee, it does not taste good.
Oh, okay. But it tastes good with tallow.
Yeah, it tastes good with the tallow. Like if you mix it, you can also mix it in. You can also mix it into yogurt, full fat yogurt. If you eat dairy, that's also delicious. I've even tried putting it on some meat.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's good.
That'd probably be
Wow.
nice in the colada to make it like a vanilla custody egg colada, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So we have a few
Yeah.
comments. Ruby Goat says for the arms, start with water bottles and build to bigger ones. And so Jazzy says, I use resistance bands. They work wonderful. Yep. Yep. Canned food. So people use all sorts of stuff to get lifting, right? Booby Goat says, I'm up to 10 pounds. Excellent. Slow and steady wins. That's right. All
So what's a
right.
good weight to
Excellent.
start at? If because I think my daughter's got some weights, but I don't know how heavy they are. But what would be a safe place to start with weights? Just a
I would
little
say the
hand.
5 and 10 pound weights.
Okay.
You know, I don't think you have to start lower than 5 pounds. And so there's two things. You can either lift for strength, or you can lift for bigger muscles. And people like these bodybuilder women, they don't do heavy weights. They just lift lighter weights many times.
Yeah, well,
So
I'm doing it for strength. I don't need to bulk up anymore. I reduce. I need to shrink.
so you know that it will shrink no matter what. So yeah, you can take like if you want to do a bicep, you take your 5-pound weight. You just keep doing this. You sit in your chair, just keep doing it, and eventually it'll hurt. Keep doing it till it hurts, and then go as long as you can after that. Don't count. And you can do the same thing with any muscle, your shoulders or whatever. And do like this. You want to pay attention if you have any pain and then stop.
Right.
You want muscle pain, but not joint
pain. Okay. That's good. And with the fitness challenge we're doing, some of the videos, she's actually holding weights while she's doing the walking, which I thought was really good as well. So
I've seen people do that. They say that, if you can carry around 75% of your weight, which I'm trying to do that now, then it is a health marker for us. But it's something that we have to work up to. Also, if we've had a lot of extra weight, we've already been carrying a lot of weight.
Yeah.
And there's some muscle in there, Lindy. There's absolutely muscle in there. Because when we have the weight, we're building muscle just to carry ourselves around. So don't slight yourself that you don't have any muscle. I guarantee you have muscle. You too, Lynn.
Well, I use a smart scale. And so I definitely can see how much muscle I have. I have actually above the normal range of muscle for my age and my height for a female.
Yeah.
So I do have quite a bit of muscle mass.
Yeah. See? So just have confidence.
Yeah. And I gained 25 pounds of muscle since starting carnivore.
Oh, that's so great.
And that was without lifting weights. That was just from the diet.
Yeah.
The nice thing, you know how when we're carnivore and sometimes we might eat something that's not carnivore or too much of something that's carnivore. But then we see it comes right back off, come back to not being, full of cheat bloat and all that. Comes right back. That's the nice thing about having the muscle on your body is that you can get away with some things and have some gray area and it'll come right back. Like I'm puffier right now because I ate too much carnivore cheesecake and like days in a row. And so now, I'm literally, I can feel it all coming. I've stopped. I'm doing level 4 again for SPG. Because I failed last month at level 4, and so I can feel all of the inflammation and everything coming off of me from eating too much carnivore cheesecake. And now my muscles actually benefited. I'm stronger than I was the month before because I ate more, and now I'm cutting all that off. So don't ever beat yourself up. When you're doing these things, because if you're doing something consistently for a short period of time, it's going to reward you, and you're going to be able to not have perfection. I guess what I'm saying is there's no need for perfection.
Yeah,
that's great advice. Thank you.
I think that's great advice too. And I know we're a little over an hour. I wanted to share because I know we usually every 4 weeks we switch to a new challenge. And we completed 4 weeks on our current challenge, and Lindy and I are enjoying it so much. We're extending it. We're extending it out. So yeah, we chatted and we decided we have so much more to explore on April's channel that we decided we want to go ahead and just continue this one for the next 4 weeks. And so it'll be the same channel. Dig in there, everybody. And she has so many different things to offer. And so I just felt like I wasn't done, trying out her workouts. And so I hope that's okay with everybody.
Yeah, it's probably the one that I've enjoyed the most as well. Like all the other challenges, they were either too hard or I was just losing interest. This one, it's keeping me going. So to find something that I actually love to do, I think we need to stay on it for sure.
Awesome. Yay. Jazzy Juice says
Great.
I'm
Thank
in.
you.
Excellent. Good. I love it. Well, it's like we've tried quite a few different people's fitness, channels, and,
Yeah.
we've gone too hard and we've gone too fast and maybe a little too dangerous because we're too imbalanced. This one seems to be, it's like Goldilocks, right?
Yeah.
We finally found one that's a good fit for where we're at right now. So I'm not quite
Yes.
ready to let it go yet. But one of my things that I've been looking at, and of course I do look at other people's fitness videos. And one of the things that at some point I'm going to need to start working on is I want to start doing some glute exercises. And with losing a lot of weight, I can handle saggy. I don't like saggy butt. It's like, I don't know, maybe it's from all my years of nursing. I have seen my share of saggy butts. And I always associate them with elderly men. And
Yeah.
so one of the things that I want to do is try to work on my glutes and find something really good for glutes. Oh yeah, squats, squats, squats. So I know there's a guy who does some really good glute exercises that can tell you like what to do for each of the specific glute muscles. And yeah, so that's one
I
of
have a saggy butt.
you have a
And
saggy butt.
yeah, I call it my mashed potato ASS because it is like mashed potato. Like when you take a scoop and you put it on the plate, you put another scoop. That's what my butt is like. And I know you're jealous. And so anyway, I will tell you, if you don't want to do any, I don't do squats with a bar. I do squats with dumbbells, but you don't even have to do that. If you just get on a treadmill or go on a hill outside and you walk, you'll work your glutes a lot. And then, yeah work your glutes a lot.
So
Especially,
you need the incline when you do
you
it,
need
do
the
you?
incline. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
can go as slow as you want. That's what's nice about the incline when the three of us are unsteady on our feet. I feel like I'm going to fall if I'm not careful, especially in the beginning. And so if you go on the incline, just make it so slow and you
Yeah.
will absolutely work your glutes without any weights or squats or anything.
Well, my daily walks are probably helping then because there's, my street is on a slight incline and it's not dramatic. And so, I go around the block and I'm going kind of downhill one way, but I'm going uphill for the coming back home. So hopefully that's helping. Yeah, let's see. Jazzy Juice says bridges and lunges. So I have done bridges in the past and I do think that they help. So I might.
Do you mean that you get on your back and then you do? Is that what you mean?
Well, no, it's where. So yeah, you're on your back, but you bend your knees and then you just lift your midsection until it comes up.
Not with your arms.
Jazzy Jude, that's too hard for me. But yeah, I agree. It's probably good. The lunges, Jazzy Jude's recommending, absolutely, lunges are helpful. If you hang on to something and then you do your lunges, if you lean forward, like you go to lunge and then you hinge forward, that works the glute. If you stay upright, that works the quadricep. So if you want,
okay.
But my information is not working on my mashed potato tush yet. I probably have to do true squats, but it's changed immensely. I mean, it's changed to, a different shape of mashed potato. So
that's
it does
good.
work.
I'm gonna have to find. Okay, so I'm gonna find. Okay, so I'm gonna have to share this first of all with myself and then copy it. I'm gonna share a link of this guy. He tested out glute exercises to see what would actually activate the glutes well, not necessarily activate, but work the glutes most effectively.
Yeah, is it the guy that says do deadlifts, do squats, don't do bridges.
No. What's
Oh,
this
I know
one?
what you're talking about, bridges now. I do the bridges with a weight on my pelvis, but yeah,
Okay,
there's
I'm
a
gonna
lot of
copy
people that
this.
thinks you only can do heavy weight bearing stuff to change your glutes.
Yeah, no, this guy has it's just some variation for beginners, but I like I like his approach. But he actually tested it. He stuck electrodes to people's heinies and he had a woman, he had three guys at different, fitness levels and stuff, and he actually like literally stuck electrodes to their different glute muscles. And so you can see exactly how the different exercises were working the different muscles. And so he said we tested 17 glute exercises. His name is Jeremy Ethier. He's got almost 8 million subscribers to his channel.
Oh,
Wow.
he's the butt master.
He must be the butt master. Yeah, let me take a look and see. His channel description says, this channel is focused on providing science-backed training and nutritional videos. I wouldn't go by nutritional because I'm assuming he's not a carnivore, but he's certified by NASM and FMS, functional movement screening, and a kinesiology graduate based in Vancouver, Canada. So I like him a lot. So maybe check that one out.
You're a good finder, Lynn. You're a good finder of things.
Yeah, I found him. And so I'm going to, I like it when it's science backed. I really do, because it's like you can say that it works. Or if someone has awesome glutes and they say, these are the exercises I'm doing. Like I saw a woman who was doing had a glute exercise video, and she had this like no butt. Like I'm like
and Lynn was like, I'm not watching your video.
I'm not following this. And then I saw another woman who had another glute workout, and she had this most awesome butt. I'm like, okay, I'm following you. It's like, don't tell me what to do if you don't have, if you don't have anything backing you up, literally.
When you go in the gym, I was shocked that these women have these pants that lift their butts. And I tell you what, I bought a pair of those pants and it did not work on me at all. But yeah, it's amazing how much like big butt cheek pants there are in the gym. I can't do it.
It's in style now. I mean, I remember when I was in high school, and I graduated from high school in 1986. So I was in high school in the 80s. Flat butts and skinny and super, super tight jeans, like to where were in really style, and flat butts.
Boy butts, like boy
butts. Yes.
So skinny, like no shape.
And I had a girl butt. And and I had a little poochy butt. I wish I had that butt again.
I know, that's the butt to have now.
Yes.
Thanks to Kim Kardashian.
And J-Lo.
And J-Lo, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So butts are in, and now I want one. It's like, I don't want a bunch of saggy skin. And okay.
Well, I have too much butts.
On
the other extreme.
Me too. I don't have a lot of butt, but my butt that I do have is amorphous. So, it's like can move around, but the thing about some of those women, it's all genetic. Their butts are normally like that,
Yeah.
And plus, since we've had so much weight and then lost it, I feel like I have to really build the muscle in my butt if I'm going to pooch it out to make it look any different.
Me too.
And yeah, that's, for me, that feels overwhelming. I haven't gotten to the point where I have a good strategy on that at all.
Well, and that's why I've been looking into butt videos, because it's like, I'm ready. I'm ready to do a little bit of work in this area. And I do know that when I did bridges, so I went to go see a physical therapist for my lower back, and I was having knee problems, and he felt they were associated with my lower back, and he had me doing a series of exercises, and one of them was the bridges, and I feel like that it helped. It helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I haven't been doing them, so I need to start doing them again.
This sounds strange, but what I learned about the bridges is that you have to squeeze. How can I say this? You've got to squeeze with the epicenter being, the hole,
The
the
sphincter.
butt hole, the sphincter. Yeah. So when
Yeah.
you squeeze, it's like you want to concentrate the epicenter being. You're squeezing from there.
So do like Kegel type exercises.
Yeah, like butt kegels.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Sorry, my like allergies are kicking in right now.
I
I'm
can
in the air.
relate.
Oh,
Yeah, I did do those for a while because I could handle it, but it's hard to. I used to put 100-pound weight dumbbell on my pelvic. And
Oh.
put a towel. Yeah, you can put a towel there, a rolled up towel. You set the weight on there, and then you do your bridges.
Oh,
And
see, I did them with no weights. Just
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
That's fine. But yeah, it's there you have to be careful. We're putting the weight on and taking it off. So I stopped doing them because I wasn't always safe, and I would hit my pelvic bone or whatever.
right.
So yeah, I need to revisit butt work too, Lynn.
Yeah. Well, you'll have to come back and join us sometime after you've done some butt workout and let us know how it goes.
It's hard to document that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's definitely one of those things that I won't be having any before and after photos for.
I'm trying
No.
to think of a way to do it. I am going to do it. I'm trying to think of a way to do it to show the transformation of my butt, but it would be difficult if I chicken out and the before is exactly the same as the after. So I would say I need to wait to show the before but I do have some before ones. We'll see if I have the guts.
I don't know if I could do any good before pictures. Of course, I'm not going to do them without some clothing on.
Yeah,
right?
Me too. I'd use like boy shorts.
Yeah, and I don't really have anything that shows how, the reality.
Yeah, I know. Because I don't, I know.
And I don't want to show the reality, it's like, okay, just
Trust me.
Just trust me.
Better. Yeah.
Trust me.
I'm happy with it. You should be too. Yeah.
That's right. Yes, just trust. Yeah. So if the after looks good, I'm still not showing it.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
as
right.
long as
Just
we
trust
feel good
me
with
that
what we've done.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes, I know this conversation, but anyways. All right. Well, we should probably wrap things up. We've been going like crazy today, which is good. It's awesome. I'm so glad to have everybody here. It's been fun. I'm so happy you joined us, Amy. This has been fun.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, we love it. So continue on with Yes to Next. And so Lindy, we're going to have there's a possibility we may have to change the date because I know you've got a potential Friday live stream with Bella. So we don't want to conflict, but
I think they're going to change that to Saturdays.
Bella's going to change hers to Saturdays?
I'm not sure. Yeah. I'll let you know, but we'll definitely, we'll work it out.
As of right now, we'll plan on being going to Friday and like we usually did. There was a 80s workout called Buns of Steel. Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay. I'll have to
Buns of Steel.
That's what I need. I want my Buns of Steel. All right. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everybody. And so glad you were here. And we will see you next week.